All right. Oh crap, my battery. Damn it. Okay, so this is what you need for the gumbo. Vegetable broth. I have green and red bell pepper, jalapeno pepper, white onion, an assortment of other peppers and scallions, potatoes. Optional, you have these corn meatless pizzas, which is going to act as the chicken. You need oil and flour for your roux, corn if you eat corn, some type of rotel style tomatoes, and then a vegetarian sausage. This is the one that I'm using by, who this by? Oh, Tofurkey. And then we have chili powder, Cajun seasoning, minced onion, garlic powder. Gumbo filet is necessary for gumbo, ground paprika, and this stuff. We're gonna try that out. And I got a little bit of parsley left. And what I'm gonna do first is, oh Lord, I thought I wasn't recording for a second. I was supposed to say, what the? What I'm gonna do first is season up these chicken pieces in the grapeseed oil, and then I'm gonna make the roux with the flour and oil. Basically, then I'll start to put it together. So anyway, we're gonna start by browning this. So I'm gonna turn my burner up. Grapeseed oil is best to use versus olive oil because it has a higher flash point and it doesn't become toxic when heated up, okay? Let that get hot. So this is what this looks like. Doesn't have any flavor, so you gotta add some flavor. Okay. You don't come seasoned. Alright. I'm just gonna season this kind of simple garlic. And I'll use this steak, whatever this is, I got from Aldi. Okay. I'm just gonna let that get brown. That's it. Here. And in this big pot, I'm going to start. Am I? No, I'm not. Okay, so in this pot, what I'm gonna do is start boiling the potatoes because they'll cook better by themselves versus having a lot of other stuff in with it, okay? So this is going to be the first layer of seasoning that we add. the potatoes. That much is cooked just a little bit. And they're browning a little bit. They're not gonna get like super brown. But I do like to see it's getting kind of brown. A little bit of color. Chili powder. Paprika. It'll help with the color too. So now I'm gonna take this and put it off to the side. And then we're gonna start on our roux with some oil. And I don't measure anything. I just do it till it look right, like that. You're gonna need your temperature to be somewhat high for this. So you want this to get really hot. And then we're just gonna add in our flour. Now, I don't know if I mentioned, but you don't want your potatoes to cook too much because then they're gonna start falling apart. You just want to start the process before you add everything in. Okay, and we all know how to test oil. How it bubbles up. This up. So that means it's hot. Alright, you want to stir and add your flour. Now you don't want to walk away from it because it will burn. You don't want to stop stirring either. So this process takes a few minutes. So that's as much as I'm going to do it. As it sits, it will get darker. Okay. But that's good enough for now. I'm going to turn that one off. And then I'm just going to, what am I going to do with this? Okay, so when you don't really want to sit and get this super dark, you can use this, which is going to deepen the color. Okay, my autofocus is off again. Here we go. Kitchen bouquet. Also, we're gonna use some Old Bay as well, which I almost forgot about. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is I don't know. I like to kind of saute my vegetables. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the roux into the pot. Okay, and it is gonna sizzle. All right. Like so. Okay. And then I'm going to rinse this and saute the veggies just a little bit. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna put a little bit of grapeseed oil. Your pot doesn't have to be perfectly clean, okay? Just kind of rinse it out. Let that get hot again. Then I'm just gonna saute these. All right. So we got the roux glue in there. I'm just gonna cover it again. Like so. It's getting hot. And again, I'm gonna season a little bit. Oh, I'm missing one. Now I don't like for my veggies to be overcooked, so I just do this just a little bit. Because it's going to cook more when we add it to the big pot. Going to add in our tomato. Corn. Got a little bit of a saute on the vegetables. Alright, so you can see, hopefully, that this is thickened up. You can see that? It's thick now. Okay. Tomatoes, potatoes, Jesus, still aren't done. And taste it. Now the gumbo filet you add at the end once it's pretty much done. I don't know why, it's just how my mama did it. I'm pretty sure you could add it right now and it'll be fine, but let's see what's going on. More chili. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put in our vegetables. It's really thick and hearty. Okay. I'm also gonna add a little bit of this, like I told y'all, just a little. You use too much of this, it's gonna be super, I'm gonna use the other one, I don't know about that one. It's gonna be super bitter, okay? So you cannot use too much of this. Just a little bit at a time. And it's just for color. If you don't really feel like, you know, stirring the roux forever in a day. That's all this does. It's color. All right. Okay. And you can put, you know, until you get to your desired shade. That's good enough for me. And we're gonna go ahead and add in our chicken. These are good. Seasoned very well. Okay. Try to get the ASMR shot. Let's see how good that looks. Alright. Now I'm going to cut up the sausage just here. Show y'all. I'm gonna add some veggie stock. Not too much because I don't want it to thin out too much, but as it continues to cook, it's gonna get, and you don't want it to get, I mean, unless you want it super thick. I don't want it too, you know, incredibly thick. All right. You're also gonna need more liquid to cook the potatoes. Anytime you put potatoes in like a roux type of situation and they're not done, it'll just slow down the cooking time. Okay. So, we'll cover this back up and slice up the sausage. I'm gonna brown them and then come back once I add these in. And this is gonna cook for maybe 20-25 minutes. We're just waiting for the potatoes to cook through. That's it. All right, so this is what it's looking like. The potatoes still aren't quite cooked all the way through, but it tastes pretty good. My glass is fogging up. Now, of course, if you guys are a little bit more free with, you know, how you eat, you can add some seaweed to this, and it'll definitely give it a more of a sea flavor. Or, of course, you can make a more traditional gumbo, which we're not doing. All right, so these are our sausages, nice and browned. Just gonna throw it in there. That's what it's looking like. Tastes really good. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna cover it up and cook some jasmine rice. I thought we had enough cooked already, but we don't. I'm gonna turn this down because actually this potato's almost done. So I'm gonna put this on like a 3, which is low. It's pretty much done. Oh, no, it's not. Let me add the filet. So this is the point when it's basically done. You can add your filet. Okay. And you want to add and taste, because you can actually add too much of this. And even though it looks like it's file, it's pronounced filet. I always cringe when I hear people say gumbo file. I guess you have to be from the South to know better. No shade, of course. Okay, a little bit more. I just burned my lip. And I'm gonna go ahead and add, see how thick it got up? It re-thickened, okay? I want it to be a little looser, because this is pretty full. A little bit more. That should be enough. You actually want to taste the filet. Okay. And then I think I'm gonna add a little bit more garlic powder. And it has a really good spice to it. So we're good there. Don't need any more spice. I'm gonna add the rest of this stock. Alright, and like I said, I'm just cover, let it, you know, stay warm basically while the rice cooks, and then I will show you what the bowl looks like. Okay, y'all, this is the finished result. Super good. Put some hot sauce on it. It's amazing. I think I'm going to use some chili garlic sauce. It's really, really good.